Doug, you old tart, what are you doing?
Just refretting this fender.
Yeah, well, instead of filming your back,
Okay.
you have a funny angle
I am.
for filming, you know.
Am I?
Yeah. So is this off a Fender, or is this a Fender neck?
It's a Fender guitar.
Well, I can't see the rest of the guitar, can I?
It's there.
Oh, yeah. Very good, very good. I'm going to need some new glasses. Standard 89.
We bought it from Japan.
Order made. Oh. Standard 80, I think it's standard 89. Oh. Very good. It's probably like a Yingwi kind of, or a Blackmore kind of model, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. It's with
What,
it being
scallops?
It's, yeah, Wengi Smami Mardos. What's his name?
What you said? Yingwi Malstein.
That's it.
Stein.
Yeah, or Smami Mardos. Whatever.
Number 433, Doug.
Yeah.
Oh, 1975. Maybe it's that say ST57? Maybe some kind of like reissue 57 or whatever.
Okay. Okay.
If that was an important year.
Yes. Must have been.
But it's probably a Blackmore or a Yingwi model.
Yeah, right. Well,
So-
Richie Blackmore wouldn't have had scallop frets, would he?
Well, you don't know anything then, do you? He did have scallop frets.
Did he?
Yeah, what? He had scallop frets. He used to scallop them himself
All right.
with a chisel.
Oh, lovely.
Even that Yingwi guy does that apparently.
All right.
He's got like,
A chisel.
no, he's got like.
Somebody bought him a chisel set for his 10th birthday.
No, if you ever see a video of him, he's got like he's got just a pile of guitars. He just throws them down and literally just goes like that, chucks them in the corner.
All right.
And he said, oh, this is a 63 Strat, and this is another 63 Strat.
Yeah.
It's all like super expensive, and he just gets a chisel on them himself.
Oh, lovely.
Well, he obviously does a good job, because, I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but he can obviously play.
Yes, he's a very good player.
Yeah, he's super professional. He's worth about 60 million, I think.
Wow, where's he get his money from?
Record sales and gigs. Record sales and gigs.
All right.
I remember seeing a video of him just on YouTube, because I was bored, where he was doing a gig, and he's trying to play, and he goes, oh, he's not happy. He's like, okay, now what's going on? He goes side stage to his tech, yeah?
Yeah.
He just throws the guitar on the floor, like, you know, about 3 meters, just
Yeah.
chucks it, just, you know, looking guitar. So he gets another guitar, gives it to him, he plugs that in, and then he just goes like, fucking just throws that one, just like throws it, you know, meters away, and says, give me a fucking another guitar, you know.
Oh, he's a spoiled child then.
But they are his guitars.
It doesn't matter, still spoiled behaviour.
Yeah, but I suppose when you have to go out and play, you know, at the level that he does, I suppose, whether you like it or not, you've got
Well,
to be
he doesn't have to do it, does he?
Well, I think he enjoys it. Unlike you to be awkward, Doug.
Yes. It must be rubbing off you.
Well, seeing as you have been moaning earlier about how you didn't feel very well at Granville's last week and your performance wasn't up to spar.
It wasn't.
Up to spar? Up to spot? Up to what?
It'll do.
Performance up to whatever it is. You're the same as Yingwi.
I just wasn't very happy with me singing last week.
Maybe he wasn't very happy with his guitar.
Well, he shouldn't be
Same
throwing
thing.
temper tantrums. I didn't throw a temper tantrum,
You
was
threw
it?
that pork pie at me just.
I haven't even got a pork pie. You're just making stuff up now.
Things are that bad, you haven't even got a pork pie.
Don't stamp my feet very often.
No, you don't, do you?
Oh.
I'll give you that. You know how that is, don't you? Can't be arsed to lift them up.
Can't be bothered.
Are you going to spin round? I don't like standing this side of you. I can see the...
Okay. Oh, right, so...
Your right, hang on, your right hand side is not as flattering as the left.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a guitar that's come in. It had ordinary frets, which is 2.0 fret wire.
Do you want to explain to the...
2 mil. What is?
Do you want to explain to them
I'll show you.
what the sizing means for frets?
Okay, I'll show you.
'Cause not everybody will know this.
It's 2.7. That is. It's 2.8.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the width.
And
What's the
the
height?
frets I took off. Oh, they're high as well. These are the frets I took off. I've thrown in the bin. There they are. And these are the ones that have come out of it.
Yeah.
As you can see, the 1.9,
Yeah,
which is about 2.
Yeah, yeah.
And
What about the
which
height
is
of these?
standard, and these are higher as well.
So what is it like?
I haven't got a high machine at the moment. It needs a battery.
Oh, you got one that you got like that. Mind you, with the scallops.
No, this is the one I use to check the height. Right, but it's scalloped anyway. But this will do it.
That'll probably be about 1.4, won't it? Something like that. 1.3, 1.4.
Yes. But I say, can you read that? Well, I could do it with this, I suppose. It needs a battery. I'll have to put a battery in it.
No,
2.4.
2.4. So no, Refret's 2.4.
I know.
It's high, for fuck's sake.
And it, well, you know.
Oh no, just start swearing.
I'll put a battery in that in a minute, and then I'll be all right. But this one, this hasn't got the pole that sticks out. This it's got that little
sticky out bit.
Stick that bit.
That's correct.
Oh, it's bloody working now.
Idiot. What are you doing? You give it a jiggle and it's come to life. Quick, put it on now, quickly.
Quickly.
Well, you've got a bit of juice, not there, at the top. It's scalloped, isn't it, you dick?
I'm not going in the scallop, you twat.
I started swearing since I've come here. It's not on. I shouldn't start the year with swearing like this.
Oh, God, it's not working again.
Wait, I can see it working. Just said 1.0.
It's not opening. This isn't opening.
Good Lord, Doug.
Okay.
You set the
depthometer.
What's this? What was your strap line again?
1.39, which is
go.
1.4, yeah.
What's your strap line again? Made by hand because we can't use the tools.
That's right, yeah.
Because you don't know how to use the tools.
Well, I know how to use the tools. The bloody battery goes flat on you. It's working again now. What's it? Well, it's making a liar of me, and it's the bastard.
Oh.
Look, it didn't work in properly. Look, it won't twitch off.
Oh,
it's definitely knackered.
Never mind.
This one works. It just hasn't got a sticky out bit. Is the technical term for it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm just softening the edges down, and I'll do the frets in a second. Dress the frets. I say I've got sticky out bits still. I don't want to wear the lacquer out. Well, I've only just put them in, so don't start that.
I'm not touching at you, I'm touching at the fret metal.
Well, it does stick out. It's bound to this. When I put them in.
I just said I wasn't touching at you. I'm touching at the fret metal for being such a naughty fret.
Well, this isn't finished yet.
I know.
I've only just started doing the corners, and then they'll be lovely. And I've got to make a brass knot, so I found some brass, which I'm going to size down for this. It's going to go in there. Okay.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
You know when you use bone,
Yeah.
and say you go a bit too deep sometimes, and you get the old bicarbonate and super glue
Yeah,
thing,
that's
so you
it,
can build
yeah,
it back up again.
Yeah.
Are you going to build that up if you go too low on a
It
brass?
won't go too low.
Well,
It's a lot harder to file brasses.
yeah, sure it is. But just say,
No.
for example,
You don't file it too low.
I'm saying, but
You could file it too low.
yeah, you could. One could.
One could, but
So
one won't.
then you have to do a whole new knot,
Yes,
wouldn't
you have to have a
Yeah.
new bridge.
Mm.
But one doesn't do that sort of thing.
One is impressed.
Good.
So, what do you think that brass nut will give the quality of the guitar? A bit
He
more
wants
top
it
end
to
or
ring
something?
more. Want to be a tinnier sound off his strings, which that will give him.
Turn the treble up a bit on his amp.
Yeah.
I know it's not the same. I'm joking there, but probably get the same effect.
No, it won't. But it is what it is. I used to do lots of guitars in the 80s with brass nuts and the 70s because it was fashionable. It was in all the
Magazines.
the magazines, so everybody wanted them. So I had tons of brass in. I've still got a load down there. It's a big tray full of brass bits
All right.
for making nuts with. Phenolic resin's really good for making nuts with. Really good and tough.
Yeah.
Harder to cut, so it's it's harder to wear out.
Yeah. What's that other stuff?
There's
Graphite nuts.
Tough coil.
Graphite.
Graphite, yeah.
Graphite seems a good idea because obviously you put graphite
That's right, yeah.
on your nut
It's self-oiling,
So
self-lubricating, should I say?
So graphite is the one to use, I'd say.
Well, I like bone.
No, I'm saying, but like, if you did choose graphite, it's got the lubricant qualities
There's all
inbuilt.
sorts of things on the market nowadays.
Yeah, half of them are just bollocks. Just
Yes,
trying.
some of them are bollocks. They're all plastics for derivative, really.
At the end of this is the way I look at it. People have been plastering, for example, for a long time. You try and tell a professional plasterer to buy a newfangled plastering gizmo, and he'll tell you to piss off. It's tried and tested all this guitar stuff It's not broke, is it? So you don't need to fix it.
No.
And all that bollocks is just marketing bullshit to get people to waste their money.
That's right.
Plus, half the time they're spending money on the guitar. They haven't even fucking learnt to play the guitar properly.
No.
You know, they're probably in the. This guy might be in the wrong key half the time. Yet he's too concerned about getting his brass nut on. Although I will say that probably isn't the case. He's probably a phenomenal guitarist. So
Yeah.
that's just an assumption.
Yes. This is it's quite a nice. It's quite a nice neck. It's nicely shaped. C section, as they call it. Is that bra size?
Oh, no idea. Yeah, but they'll all be, won't they? If they come out to the Fender factory, they're all going to be. You're not going to have one that's made that looks like a bit of an old twig from a hedge, are you?
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I know to a degree, but there'd be quite a level of what's the word? Jesus, talking about dementia, I can't remember anything anymore.
They do have copying machines, so they copy
an
original shake.
Continuity between necks. You know, if you're doing 10,000 necks today, you want them all to be the same, don't you?
You do.
The only differentiator being the wood. I reckon if I came to you about 30 years ago and said, Doug, I know how to do this, I'm going to set up a company, we'd probably be millionaires now. I'd gift you 50% of the knowledge for making good guitars, and I'd take the rest of the credit.
Are you finished with your bullshit?
Yeah. So why are you using that little one?
What?
Before you weren't.
I'm just doing one at a time, that's why. Just taking them down, not all the way. I don't want to take them down to the lacquer, obviously, because then it'll do divine lacquer.
Yeah, you also don't want the string going over the edge, do you?
No.
That's one of the pet hates of mine, string going over the edge.
And then sticking underneath the edge
Well, I
of the
don't think
front.
anybody enjoys that, let's be honest.
No,
It's
really,
a pet hate of
not really,
everybody.
I do think that fenders have never been made wide enough there.
You think so? Why is that?
Well, because they come off the edge, the string is already on the edge.
Well, it's not always, because you do get Fender guitars where it isn't like that.
You do, yes, you do. I'm talking Fenders. They make them 2 3/16 wide there.
But does it depend on the width of the bridge, though? The tremolo or the bridge?
No.
Well, surely it does, because if the bridge was like 1 inch wide, the strings would not be
We're
going over the edge.
talking about Fender Strat. Stop being argumentative.
I'm not being argumentative. I'm saying the width of the bridge is where the strings are secured before they go to the neck, and then the nut. So it's just a point from the bridge to the nut. It's just a straight line,
I'm
isn't it?
sitting here listening to an idiot talking now, aren't you?
No, but I'm not an idiot. Look, I'm demonstrating now to everybody. Watch
Stop,
this.
Don't mess with
I'm
the
not
stuff.
touching it. If the bridge was that wide,
Yes.
yeah, then the E string would be there.
Yes.
And
But the
other E
bridge
string would
isn't
be there.
that wide, is it? The
That's
bridge
what I'm saying. Maybe
a
the
set
bridge
width.
is a bit too wide.
No.
Or something. Or the neck isn't lined up properly.
Your Gibson Les Paul, for instance, is 2 1/4 wide
Yeah.
there. This is 2 and
Just under.
This is a 16th under. Can you see that?
Can, yeah.
There you go. That's dead on now.
It's one of those gaps, an eighth.
16th some are.
16th. Oh, they really?
So yeah, so 2 1/4 is the ideal width.
Yeah. That's
for a guitar.
an eighth under.
When I made Les Godfrey's guitars, for instance, I think we added another eighth of an inch on the width of the neck down there, so you could bend and
Oh yeah.
pull them all over the place. And it was just as comfortable to play.
Did he pay extra for that?
No,
That extra eighth?
no, it didn't. It's just as comfortable to play. In fact, it's better. But, you know.
Well, I suppose people.
So
yeah.
Les was right ordering that for himself.
Did he
But
specify
people-
that?
Yes, he did.
Oh, there you go.
And
Yeah, but hang on. But he makes guitars himself. He's not daft.
no, he isn't daft.
So, but like the average person doesn't know anything about this.
No.
I'm an average person, but there are people out there who literally don't know 1/100th of what I know, and they play the guitar. They don't know. They just plug it in and off they go. So they
See,
won't
I
know any
get
of
lots
this.
of people with Strats coming in, and the neck is too narrow for them.
Yeah.
Because remember, a lot of them are sanded down to even less than 2 3/16.
Why?
Because they get unskilled workers sanding them.
Well, that's a quality control issue, isn't it? You can't do anything about that.
No. But nonetheless, so what I'm saying is 2 1/4 or 2 5/16 is a good width up here.
Very good.
It matters not a jot really here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
You can go between 38 wide and 44, and you'll still be able to play it fine. Everybody, even with fat fingers.
Yeah.
But up here, where the strings are floppity,
Yeah.
right, the middle of the bendy part,
Yeah.
you need more space up here, and there isn't on Strats and Telecasters.
Mind you, the most bendable bit, as you call it, the floppity part, is probably the 12th fret, isn't it, or the 14th fret or something? Where's halfway?
12th fret.
Well, there you go. So that's the bit where it floppies more.
That's the floppity bit up there. All this bit.
Yeah, but the closer you get to the end of the neck, you're actually getting to a more stable,
tighter again.
More stable sort of string tension, aren't you?
But your floppity bit, all this area.
Yeah.
You want it wider, and you don't want the strings hanging over the edge.
I absolutely agree. I'll tell you something else as well. I just noticed. That's a really very clear, fine jar of water you've got there. Look.
Yes.
It's almost, they've got had it delivered from the Pacific Ocean.
That's right.
This morning. It's very clear.
Diamond pickups, I think, and that was a really good guitar. But the neck was so narrow at the top.
Oh yeah.
And it was just ridiculous that all the guitars seem to be very narrow at the top, like 2 1/8.
Yeah. Well,
it's a shame that was.
Well, I don't know. You just have to adapt to it, don't you? I mean, I've got guitars. I've got an old Ibanez that's very narrow. I think you refretted it for me. That's quite a joy to play, but that's quite narrow.
Anyway,
sometimes with these things you can think too much. You just need to pick it up and have a blast, don't you? And then if you, I mean, like when you're on the top E, if you want to do a bit of vibrato on the top E, you just got to bend up, not pull down. So if you can't figure that out, then there's no hope, is there? Are you listening?
No, I'm ignoring you now.
Right then.
I've got things to do and think about.
Yeah, I'd better get going actually. Bloody hell, it's late.
Yes, tests.
So I'm a believer, Doug.
Okay. We'll do that then, shall we?
Yeah, and then the usual bullshit.
Don't have to be the usual bullshit.
Well, we don't know anything else. I can't be bothered to learn anything. Neither can you.
I am upset. We do that.
I am upset. We try and do anything too slow. Dave moans because it's too slow, which is, you know, it's got a good point, I suppose.
Yeah. He does.
You know, I might try and learn the chords tonight to for when I get home. What's that one? Delilah.
Delilah.
Because I never know them.
I could write them out for you if you want me to.
No, I'll just go home and just listen to it. Do myself a couple of notes. I just always have to resort to being a human guitar beatbox for the other two when they do that.
It's E minor to B7.
Well, pick a guitar up then. Let's have a listen. I don't think it. Well, it probably is simple.
See if Pete's guitar's in tune.
Well, I just can't remember. I don't think I've ever played it actually.
E minor to B7.
So
it's close enough.
Well then.
I saw the light that passed my window.
Okay, B7, yeah. Don't worry about that. Go on, go back to the. Go on.
I saw the shadow of light. Now it's E major.
E major, then probably E7, yeah.
7 was my woman. A minor.
Yeah.
I should be trained.
E minor.
B
flat. Yeah. G.
D7.
Oh, D7. Okay.
My, Delilah.
So it's probably in G. Yeah. D, G, 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 G. D. C. So be A minor, so G, yeah. G, C, a D major, a D7. So what's that there?
B7.
B7?
Yeah. Black's E minor.
What?
Black's E minor.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, it's quite simple.
That's what brought you back to E minor, was the B7.
Yeah, well, obviously B7 isn't in the key of G, is it? So I think that's what's. I think you can have 4 chords, and if you're not bothered,
Yeah.
and you don't care what they are, you don't really pay attention, do you? But now I've seen you play it. Very simple. E7, A major, minor, E minor, B7, A, D7, G, G, G2, D major, D major, D7 to G, G7. C, A minor. Oh, what are you playing there?
A minor.
A minor, yeah. G, D7, G, bum, 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 B7. Very good. Right then, that'll be in. Right then, very good. Yeah, we still need to do some new songs, but now today isn't the time because I've got stuff to do when I get home.
Yeah.
So just playing that would be enough. There's still some other Chris Rea stuff that we should do, like other stuff that's like I'm not playing that. Not for anybody, not even Guns N' Roses.
If Susan comes tonight and she wants to sing, that song of hers is...
Oh, I know that song. Yeah, I know what it is. It's A da 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 da. Yeah, B minor.
Got a destination.
Yeah.
Simple one, isn't it? That.
Very good. Right, Doug, listen. I'd like to officially say that this is my last visit to your little workshop before I have to go back to work tomorrow. Oh, curry as well.
Yes.
So
shall we give it another week so
Another
I'm
week?
better so I can enjoy it?
Well, you're going to... Well, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more, Doug.
Not this Thursday, what, next Thursday?
Yeah.
Do I need to put some coal in before I go in the house?
I don't know.
Well, I probably do. Because I'm being in the house for a little while now.
I thought you were doing a guitar, you lazy bastard.
I am doing a guitar. I'm having 5 minutes with my visitor.
Mind you do need to take it easy, don't you? Just relax. What are you doing? I haven't finished that yet. Get your hands off my coffee.
Okay.
Hang on, stop.
What? What have we done?
Finished with it now. Oh. Thank you. Right, Doug, say goodbye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Is that it? You can do better than that.
Well, fuck off then. Is that?
You're not complaining. Listen, you haven't got COVID, you're not dying.
I'm not COVID. No, I've had COVID.
Come on, come on.
I've done that now. I'm bored with COVID.
You need to get yourself, start getting fired up for later for your
Alright.
usual Monday night performance at Granville's.
Okay. We never know who's going to be in, do we?
Well, we know we'll be in. It'll be the same people in the audience, the same people on stage.
No, they always piss off the minute I go on.
That's because they hate you.
That's
it doesn't
right.
matter.
I don't blame them.
Yeah, well, look, me and Dave and probably what's his name, Damon, we like you enough to play with you. Just keep paying us and we'll keep turning up.
Back in the house.
Okay.
You can piss off.
Thank you.
Everybody else can fuck off.
Marvellous.
Tra.